Hello everyone! Today we are going to dive into the cinematic world of Alfred Hitchcock, one of the most influential directors of the cinema history. Often referred to as the master of suspense, Alfred Hitchcock revolutionized the world of cinema with his innovation, not only on the way he told stories, but also in his use of suspense, music and promotion. In this video, we will trace the life of this great director, his secrets, and his impact on the modern cinema.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about an actor named Alfred Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock to take an interest in cinema at the age of 16 when he read many articles from professional journals. Due to his dedication to film, at 18 he was employed at the Henley Electric Car Production Company. However, it was truly in the 1920s that he started his career in the film industry as a designer of silent film set as Paramount, where he quickly became an assistant director. In his various films, he placed great emphasis on scenes for silent movie, where stories were told visually, creating distinction on multiple levels. He even went on to direct 50 films that shaped the world of suspense cinema.
Let's now talk about what makes Hitchcock Hitchcock, his art of suspense. For Hitchcock, danger in cinema is not just a sudden fear that takes us by surprise, but the art of building tension that increases again and again until the moment of release. In fact, there is a famous quote from Hitchcock in which he says, "There is no terror in the bang, only on the anticipation of it."
Hello everyone, I am going to talk to you about his mastery of suspense. Hitchcock was a master of suspense, creating tension by giving the audience more information than the characters. This dramatic irony keeps viewers on their toes and creates different emotions in the viewer who feel more involved.
Now, let's see what Hitchcock does through the camera. Alfred Hitchcock is one of the most famous directors in the world of cinema, widely recognized for his story and his silence film. Every interaction and every aspect of his film is designed to manipulate emotion. Thanks for him and his numerous visual innovation now considered classic, he placed a strong emphasis on the use of silence as a dramatic element.
At present, we are going to see the psychology of the public. Hitchcock was fascinated by the psychology of his viewers. He deliberately placed the audience in situation of guilt, fear or tension, as in the film Rear Window and Psycho. He explored paranoia and obsession, immersing viewers deeply in the story. His psychological manipulation techniques continue to influence the way trailers and horror films captivate audience today.
Now let's explore Alfred Hitchcock's innovative promotional strategy. Through his various creation and innovation, Alfred Hitchcock introduced a new way of marketing film. He did everything possible to ensure that the public could immediately recognize a Hitchcock film. In trailer and advertisement, he often appeared himself, making the atmosphere less mysterious. His film emphasizes curiosity, and one can notice violent scenes. For example, in his film Chicos, to heighten curiosity, he even prohibited entry into the cinema after the film had started. All their inspiration paved the way for numerous modern marketing strategies that are still used today.
I will present to you the actor's management. He was a meticulous director, carefully shaping his actor's performance. He often chose a blonde heroine, such as Grace Kelly, strong but complex female characters. Actors such as James Stewart and Cary Grant embodied morally ambiguous nuanced roles. Through his casting and direction, Hitchcock created enduring character models that remain influential in cinema.
Let's talk about Vertigo, one of Alfred Hitchcock's most iconic films. Vertigo, created in 1958, is one of Alfred Hitchcock's greatest films and has been among the most referred for over 16 years. In this film, he highlights emotional manipulation, obsession, fascination, and enchantment. In addition, there are numerous iconic elements, particularly the actress, various poses, and the set design that have been rescued in other films, contributing to its lasting fame.
Another cult classic from Alfred Hitchcock filmography is Psycho. With this film, he challenged his audience by breaking the rules of cinema. He killed off his main character, Marion Crane, played by Janet Leigh, after only 13 minutes, something unheard in the history of cinema. In this film, he used suspense technique that would become iconic, notably with strident music, rapid cuts, and an atmosphere that would leave a lasting impression on everyone.
Finally, his most iconic film is The Birds, released in 1963. In this film, the director transforms a simple situation into a nightmare. There is no music, only synthetic bird sounds that create incredible tension. The film also represents one of the first invest use of combining special effect and live action. Is a true revolution in the 1960s.
Look. Mitch, this isn't usual, is it?
We've been out back looking at the chickens. Something seems to be wrong with them.
There's nothing wrong with those chickens, Mitch.
That's the damnedest thing I ever saw. I don't know, it seemed to swoop down at you deliberately.
Birds are not aggressive creatures, miss. They bring beauty into the world. It is mankind, rather, who insists upon making it difficult for life to exist upon this planet.
I mean, birds just don't go around attacking people without no reason. You know what I mean?
As we have seen, Alfred Hitchcock's influence on modern cinema is immense. All his technique and filmmaking codes are carefully studied by the greatest modern directors, such as Christopher Nolan, David Fincher, or Spielberg. There are some key points of his legacy. Firstly, modern thrillers exist thanks to him. To name but a few, most of the great films you marvel at exist thanks to him, such as Seven, Shutter Island, and series such as Breaking Bad. He also revolutionized filmmaking techniques, such as subjective camera angles, rapid editing, and the use of staging as a psychological tool. From a musical point of view, his collaboration with the composer Bernard Herrmann demonstrated how music could be considered as a real character in its own right. His art of manipulating the audience with plot twists, red herrings, and suspense to keep his viewer on the edge of their seats was, for its time, a major innovation in cinema. Finally, and so as not to overdo it, because I could tell you anecdotes about this man for hours, he's one of the first directors who did not hide behind the camera, but became a real star. Thanks to his keen sense of promotion, he made multiple cameo appearances in his own films and on television. He played a major role in establishing the director as a true artist. To conclude, studying Hitchcock means understanding the origin of modern cinema. His art spans decades and continues to be studied in cinema schools or naively watched on television. If you watch any work of cinema, you may remember this video and think that this man's work may have contributed to it and that, thanks to him, cinema continues to evolve and improve. Thank you for listening. I really enjoy making this video and studying the life of this fascinating man. My team and I thank you for staying with us until the end, and we hope we have inspired you to learn more about the life of this great director. We hope that tonight you will turn on your television and be captivated by one of his wonderful films.
You once said that you like to make an audience scream through technical means. What is it about an audience screaming that you like?
How many times have you heard a woman say, "Oh, I went to see the movie and had a good cry"?
That's true.
They do, you see. Now, what is a good cry? She never says, "I went there and had a bad cry." Otherwise, she wouldn't have paid the money to go in the first place. So these people have paid money to be scared, just as much as they go to Disneyland and go on the big dip or whatever they call that railway, you know.
The roller coaster?
Oh, yes, roller coaster, or the haunted house. They paid to be scared.